The Chase Sapphire Preferred Card has its huge welcome offer available right now. We're going to talk about the details. There's also a $900 banking bonus through Chase right now. We're going to cover the details of that. And I've also got a story today as it relates to going to an airport lounge when you're the only one going and you leave your friends behind to battle it out in the airport for themselves. What kind of tensions can that cause? Got a story with that today, and I can't wait to share it with you. On this week's edition of the Weekly Pointers News Update, I am joined by my puppy. This is Copper. He is a toy poodle. Say hi, Copper. Every week I put out these videos, and my goal is to catch you up on the news related to credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and everything in between. If you do find this video helpful, Copper says to give it a big paw up and like the video. So if you like puppies, make sure that you like the video. If you hate puppies and you think they're the worst thing in the world, then don't like the video. I don't know. But anyway, I really appreciate your all support for this. And if you hear any squeaking toys in the background during this week's video, it's Copper. It's not me playing with a squeaky toy. It's just the life that I live right now. Keep in mind, if you're interested in any of the cards mentioned in today's video, or any card for that matter, make sure you apply using my referral link down in the description below, especially this Chase Sapphire Preferred offer. It's a pretty big one. Make sure you use that referral link. It always shows your support for the channel, and I can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. We've got a lot of stuff to cover, including a story about a guy that gets arrested in India for going to a very remote island that's very dangerous. Some very interesting details there and some free food at the end of the show. Long story short, we've got stuff to cover. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go. All right, that squeaking dog toy that you hear in the background means that you need to remember to activate your Chase Freedom and Freedom Flex quarterly categories for Q2 because they're changing and you don't want to miss out on those 5 times bonus points. So as a reminder, go on the Chase app to get your 5 times bonus points on up to $1,500 in spend. And for Q2, those categories are Amazon and select streaming services. And keep in mind, in June of 2025, there will be a specific category 5 times multiplier for internet, cable, and phone services. It's one of their super secret categories for Q2. They did this last quarter as well, just for the particular month of March. It's a kind of interesting way to keep things spicy with a no annual fee card, I guess, but just make sure you activate those offers. We get stories all the time that people forget to do it. Don't be one of those people. Go activate it now. The Chase Sapphire Preferred Card's a great card, $95 annual fee, and helps you earn a lot of Chase Ultimate Rewards. And right now, one of the best welcome offers we've seen on the card, it actually matches a welcome offer we've seen previously, 100,000 Chase Ultimate Rewards with $5,000 spent in the first 3 months. This is a really big offer. I highly recommend everyone that is eligible to take advantage of this card, go ahead and do it. And if you're new to points and miles, I would start with this card. If you're exploring points and miles, you're not really sure where to start, Chase Sapphire Preferred Card is a great way to get going. And let me know if you're in the audience right now. I know we have a lot of people that use points and miles pretty frequently, have a lot of different cards. Would you recommend this as one of your first starter cards as well? I know I talk about it a lot on the channel, but that's just my opinion. I think it's a great card. Take advantage of this right now while the welcome offer is very high. Let me know if you plan on doing so in the comments. Chase is offering a massive banking bonus right now, up to $900. Let's talk about the details. So right now you can receive a bonus of $300 when you open a Chase Total Checking account and have a direct deposit posted to the account within 90 days. To get the next portion of the bonus, you'll receive $200 when you open a Chase Savings account and deposit $15,000 or more in new money within 30 days and maintain that balance for at least 90 days. And then you can receive an extra bonus of $400, bringing the total amount to $900 when you complete both the checking and the savings bonuses together. So this is really good. If you're gonna do one or the other, see if you can go ahead and get both. It's an extra $400 just for completing both tasks. It's really not that hard to do if you have the money already in savings at another account. Now, if you are already a Chase banking customer, this is not going to apply to you. So keep that in mind. If you ever want to give Chase a shot, if you've ever thought about continuing to build your relationship with them, maybe beyond credit cards, this is a great time to do it because you can snag up to $900 in banking bonuses. It's a lot of money. Take advantage of it. Use that money to pay for some annual fees for some of your other expensive credit cards. That's what we do, and it does make a difference. Now, North Sentinel Island off of India is really an interesting place. There are people there that have lived basically without any outside interference, you can call it, or any interaction with people outside of the tribes that have lived there. And the Indian government is very particular about people visiting there. People have tried to visit before, and they've actually been killed by the people in these tribes. There's story after story about people going there. So here are the details. A 24-year-old man entered North Sentinel Island, part of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands off India's southeastern coast, and he wanted to meet the Sentinelese people who are untouched by the modern world. So there's about 150 Sentinelese people there, and they really shun all contact with the outside world. Now, in a peace offering, the American tourists brought a coconut and a Diet Coke. That is an interesting peace offer. I'm not really sure where to go with that. The Diet Coke part I find to be very peculiar. Why would you go with Diet Coke? Why not regular Coke? And why would you bring a sugary soft drink in the first place? So the man was arrested. He's still facing trial in India, and they're trying to figure out what to do with him. Who knows what's going to happen there? But my question is, in this particular scenario, what would you bring as a peace offering to introduce the outside world to an island of people that have pretty much been untouched by anybody outside of the area? It's an interesting debate, an interesting topic. If I'm thinking about it, I would probably bring maybe pizza and beer. I'm actually not sure if that's better than a Diet Coke or coconut, to be honest with you. But if I'm trying to give a taste of America, maybe that's a good way to go. Who knows? But it's important to note that the reason that they don't want anybody going to this island, besides the fact that these people don't want visitors, is that we could introduce disease to the island that's not there right now, right? They're not immune. They don't have the immune systems to cope with diseases and things that are out there from all over the world. So it's about keeping the North Sentinelese people safe as well, which is really important. I still think it's fascinating that there are parts of the world where people have never really been outside of the people on this island. It's pretty cool to think about, but let me know what your peace offering would be in this particular case. I thought it was a fascinating story. Let me know what you think. You know, every week on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to share stories that relates to credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, and how all those come together with personal relationships. And this week, a poster online mentioned a story where they had traveled with their friends, and they left their friends in order to go to a really nice airport lounge. Left their friends behind to basically fend for themselves in the airport. Now, I'm going to read their story from their perspective, and they're asking if they are in the wrong in this case. Let me know what you think. Here we go. I'm traveling with 5 friends now, and we are traveling cheap. However, we had one long layover in an airport with a great VIP lounge. The thing about these lounges is that they have free food and liquor and comfortable chairs and shower facilities. I told my friends what I was about to do, and they all said that they didn't want to waste money going to the lounge. So I went to the lounge by myself. I had some snacks, a few drinks, a quick nap, a long hot shower, and then I caught up with my friends at the gate. My phone was fully charged, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and a little drunk, to be honest. When we started talking, they were all griping about the cost of everything that they were eating at the airport. They saw me looking so pleased with myself, and I was talking about my stay in the lounge. Well, 2 of them got visibly angry. They said I was an a-hole for not telling them everything that was in this lounge, especially that it was free as far as food and drinks once you got in. They had actually spent more on food and drinks than I had, plus I got to nap in a comfy chair and have a shower. I said the lounges aren't a secret and that the internet exists. They could have looked up some information just as I did, but now they are all very frustrated with me. Am I in the wrong in this case? Now, in this particular situation, I think a little extra communication could have gone a long way. Maybe he didn't share that, the snacks, the food, and the drinks were covered once you got in the lounge. That's pretty important. And I could understand wanting to travel on the cheap. And more of these lounges are trying to cut traffic and crowds getting in because a lot of them were getting overcrowded. So they're trying to keep the spaces limited to where the people that are inside can actually enjoy the experience of being in the lounge. So I do understand that part. No problem with that whatsoever. I think maybe if he would have explained just a little bit more of what the lounge offered, it could have gone a long way. Or it could be the case that they change their mind about 3 or 4 hours after they're into the airport and they realize, hey, these chairs aren't very comfortable, the food's really expensive, we should have taken them up on that lounge offer, but now it's too late. I don't know. Have you ever left a friend or family members to go into a lounge when maybe they didn't have access or you didn't want to pay? Let me know what you think about this because this happens a lot. I hear stories about this all the time, by the way, right? I hear about people, especially if it's like 2 parents and kids traveling, one of the parents may stay outside and not be able to get into the lounge, so they'll stay with the kids and the other parent will go into the lounge, something like that, or they'll swap off, things like that, because they don't want to pay all the money for the lounge when the kids don't really eat the food in the lounge and stuff. They'd rather have Chick-fil-A and burgers and stuff like that. I have heard those stories 100 times, but I'm curious what you have to say about this. Do you think it's right to leave people behind when you have lounge access? Let me know in the comments. And as always on the Weekly Pointers News Update, I like to end the show with a good food deal. This week is no exception. I've got two for you this week, and they're both ice cream related. The first one is Ben & Jerry's. On April 8th from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Ben & Jerry's will be celebrating Free Cone Day by handing out free ice cream at participating shops. Free ice cream? Yeah, sign me up every day of the week. That's great. Anytime you can snag free ice cream, that's a winner. But I've got even more free food for you. Baskin-Robbins is offering a free regular scoop whenever you sign up for their app and rewards program. So free Baskin-Robbins, free Ben & Jerry's. Yes, Brandon, thank you so much. Free, not healthy food, but food nonetheless. Take advantage. Free food is hard to come by these days, especially as prices continue to rise. Take whatever you can get at this point. Well, this has been a very fun episode. We talked about some pretty big stories, the Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Don't forget to activate the categories in your Chase app for the Freedom and the Freedom Flex cards. That's very important. You don't want to delay on doing that. And I've got to know what you think about the two stories I mentioned today. First, about the North Sentinelese Island. What would you leave as an offering for people that have never really seen the outside world before? Right? It's kind of an interesting story to think about. And also let me know what you think about the guy at the airport that went into the lounge, left his friends behind, and it caused a big kerfluffle. I don't even know if that's a word or not, but he caused something, right? It caused an issue. Also, keep in mind, if you're interested in any of the cards mentioned in today's video, especially that Chase Sapphire Preferred card, if you're eligible for it, snag it. It's a great offer. Use my referral link down in the description below. It does show your support for the channel. Can't thank you all enough for doing that so far. If you found this video helpful or mildly entertaining, don't forget to be awesome. Give me a big thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notifications for alerts, and when you click on the Brandon Boyd Show, click, you're gonna get the latest information on credit cards, points and miles, travel, money, finance, free ice cream, and everything in between. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. We'll see you soon.